Meanwhile, sticking with strikers in Serie A, Rasmus Hojlund of Atalanta, Don's been linked to Manchester United. Is he the piece of the puzzle they need up front?
Yeah, he's a player, Dan, that I've seen a lot of. I sent some clips when I was watching him over to David Moyes because I rate him that highly. I was chatting to Peter Schmeichel in San Siro. And he's trying to.
What's happened, David Moyes at San Siro, Don? Anyone else you want to name drop here? Who else have you been bothering with photos of Hojlund?
I was in the Maradona, I was there, just brushing shoulders with a few stars, and I was in Prague. No,
he's only got 10 goals, Don.
Yeah, but he's a clone. If you want to try and clone a player.
But do you want a raw player?
Man United don't need a raw player.
No, he's not raw. No, he's not raw.
He's raw. Come on.
He's not, Stevie.
He is.
Stevie
is. He's all power and pace and
running. He's young.
He's not a goal scorer. They need somebody who's going to score goals.
Yeah, but Stevie, Man United haven't got that money. Man United want the finished article, you're right, but Man United haven't got that money. They're dealing in like 40, 50 million pound players. They want an Arnold for 50 million pound. They're trying to find a market where, unless they sell a bunch of players, they haven't got Victor Osimhen money. They haven't got hundreds of millions. So you're getting a player that's probably going to cost, whatever the deal might be, 60, 70. But I promise you, he's a clone of Erling Haaland. He's not as good, but the attributes that you see...
That's a rubbish
clone then.
No, because you recognise the talent in him. And the clips that I saw in the game that I done, an Atalanta game, I think it was against Lazio, and he got his head down, his first touch, he laid it off. Straight away, he wasn't interested in any build-up play. He laid it off, got it wide, sprinted in the box, scored a couple of goals, got an assist. And he's more or less a clone for sort of 40, 50 million pound with the view you turn him into 100, 150 million. It's there. The talent is there. And all right, he might be, you talk about a complete player at 100%.
You don't get time at Manchester United, Don. Listen, we sat here last season. And I, in particular, tried to defend Nunez at Liverpool as often as I could because he's raw, he's young. But when you're playing for Liverpool or Man United or City now, you don't get time. You don't get time to, now he's worth this. But then you can turn them into something else. You don't get that when you play at Man United and Liverpool.
Stevie,
you don't get that time.
No, I know, I understand, and you're right what you're saying, but they are not in the market to buy the finished article, Man United. They can't go and buy Victor Osimhen. They can't afford to buy Harry Kane for £100 million. So they want a number 9. They're going to have to cut their cloth accordingly and try and take a chance on a really bright, astonishing player he could be.
He's got potential, I agree with you 100%. Man United need a proper player, somebody close to finished article that can guarantee them a certain amount of goals.
What did David Moyes say, Don? Leave me alone.
He didn't actually text me back on it, actually. No, he might have done. He might have said thanks.
Still waiting for the blue tick.
I probably pinged him about 200 texts, so he probably just said cheers. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why everyone loves him, because they can see the talent in him.
Jules, is it realistic this could actually happen?
Yes, if United find the money. Again, we know that the budget for the transfer window is quite small for a club like that. 120 million. They spent already half of it on Mason Mount. So unless they sell and they sell well, which doesn't look likely now, then they will be limited. I love him and I think he's got really good potential. But you might end up playing more than what City paid for Erling Haaland. And in a way, Stevie is right because it's still a gamble. I know, Don, how talented he is. It's still a gamble because, as we've seen this season in Serie A, he can be very inconsistent. So there's great games. The Lazio one, I remember watching it, no problem. There's games where he's not there. There's games where he's not in the game. It's normal. He's 20 years old. He's got no experience at that kind of level. He doesn't know what it is to put that kind of performances week in and week out. Can United pay that amount of money, 60, 70? It's a lot of money for someone who you're not really sure when he's going to be there, when he's not going to turn up, because it's normal at his age and the lack of experience that he has. But they might not have any other solutions. That must be the only thing, because you're right, they can't afford Kolomwani, Osimhen, Kane, even Vlahovic might be just too expensive for them. So you do that and you take the gamble. But if the gamble doesn't work out, then you're in big trouble, because if you put all your money on him, that means no money for a goalkeeper. You have to bring the hair back or whatever. That is, again, it's a lot of money for someone so young.